Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. As many of you no doubt already know, XRP has lost its number 3 position in terms of market cap to Tether, which I have detested, not because it functionally happened, more so because of the way that it's being treated in crypto media. I mean, in a way, I guess I kind of detest it just because it has to do with this gross creation of a bunch of Tether. And so I'll be getting into this, but take a look at this headline that came today. And also, before I even read the headline, I want to cite, and I'm going to show you examples because this is just too rich. Crypto media was having a blasty blast when XRP was losing its spot to Tether. Talking about, oh my god, the downfall of XRP, this or that. I'm going to enjoy highlighting how they treated that. And now you have this headline. Let's find out in the coming days how crypto media treats this. This headline's from Daily Hodl. Tether poised to surpass Bitcoin as dominant currency, says Masari researcher. Oh, is that right? Well, we shall see how some of these crypto media outlets handle this bad boy. Now, what they're talking about in this article specifically is more so to do with volume rather than market cap. But nonetheless, it actually happened. So I'm going to break all of this down for you. But before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, I would certainly appreciate it. And also, if you just so happen to be a fan of Ripple and XRP, gosh darn it, I think you're probably the coolest person on this entire planet. Now, since I've complimented you, return the favor by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel. Otherwise, I'll be a sad panda. So right now, here you can see, here's the cryptocurrency prices live from livecoinwatch.com. There you go, USDT, Tether, third in market cap. Now, to be clear, if you had looked at this list earlier this year, you would have seen Tether with a market cap of $4 billion. Today, it's over $10 billion. Now, it's always priced at $1, so all that's happening is Tether is creating more Tether. And I tell you what, you could I mean this. I'm not this is going to happen, but you could make Tether number 1 in market cap. You could supplant Bitcoin in terms of market cap today if you're Tether by just printing a ton of Tether. Now, there'd be tremendous outcry, obviously, from all sorts of Bitcoin maxis and people in crypto, and rightfully so, frankly, because that would just be ridiculous, because there wasn't money flowing in to back all of this. You know, you've got this cryptocurrency, Tether, the stable coin, that isn't actually backed on a one-to-one basis. That's freaking scary. I assume this will not end well, even if it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now. I can't imagine this not becoming some sort of horrendous train wreck, but let time play out. We shall see. Nonetheless, in the meantime, XRP was bumped down to number 4, all because Tether printed about 6 billion new Tether coins. Woohoo! And as far as this headline about the dominance of Bitcoin being threatened by Tether, that actually happened. Take a look at this. And so earlier today, as far as I can tell from the article, and I wasn't tracking this, but just based on the article, I'm guessing this wasn't the case, but take a look. Let me now filter this list by 24-hour volume. And there we go. What's number 1 on the list now? It's Tether. Out of over, how many cryptocurrencies? There were like over 5,000 cryptocurrencies. I think Live Coin Watch tracks over, 3,000, somewhere in that neighborhood? Out of all of them, Tether is number 1 in 24-hour volume, with 7.349 billion, with Bitcoin at a measly 5.589 billion. There you go. Tether just supplanted Bitcoin. Are we going to see headlines like this now from Cointelegraph? This comes from May 25th, 2020, and this one was titled, Tether unseats XRP as third largest crypto, dwarfing its volume 25-1. How about that? So clearly right there in the headline, oh man, that XRP, it's got a volume problem, doesn't it? Are we going to see headlines similar to this, ripping apart Bitcoin in the content that lies under? Are you going to see that in the coming days? I'm going to guess no. Even if it's covered, it's not going to be like this. Take a look at this trash piece, just the way that it's framed. Tether USDT has overtaken XRP to become the third largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization as Ripple fails to gain adoption amongst retail investors. Never mind that they mean XRP when they used Ripple. So failing to gain adoption with retail investors. Is that true? Well, no. How about this chart? This comes from Galgatron on Twitter, a notable member of the XRP community, and props to Galgatron for putting this chart together. What is this? This is a 6-month span showing XRP successful account activations. You tell me where we're seeing a problem with retail adoption of XRP. I don't see it on this chart. I see a chart that is endlessly increasing. And certainly some of this, of course, would be institutional investors, but that's not exactly a bad thing. There's all sorts. This is not a flat line. It's not a decreasing line. You can now delete accounts, so it actually could become that. That's not what we're seeing happening. This line has been going up like this for years, with sometimes little bursts here and there, but it just keeps going up. So why did Cointelegraph write that? That it's, XRP failing to gain adoption amongst retail investors? Well, to drive a narrative. It's not true, but that's what they're doing. And then it continues, as for XRP, it's been a race to the bottom. Its market cap has collapsed from a high around $130 billion in January 2018 to the current one under $9 billion. At one point, XRP was jockeying for the number 2 position with Ether. However, currently, the combined market cap of XRP and USDT is still $5 billion behind Ether. Well, let's see if you get a filter by coin, though. Here, let me just hit refresh on this, because I was wondering, and I didn't check this before recording. It'll just be fun to we can figure this out together in real time here. Okay, so the market cap for Ethereum is at $29 billion. You think Tether can't get there? I think it could. Don't be surprised if one day, I'm not predicting this, I'm just saying don't be surprised one day if Ethereum is supplanted by Tether. A lot of people would be, again, outraged. I would think it's stupid because all of this is not backed on a 1-to-1 ratio, but hey, it is what it is, right? And then you have this, USDT trading volume, so that's Tether, trading volume dwarfs XRP's. Perhaps part of the problem for XRP is a lack of traction with retail investors. Already squashed that. That's garbage. In terms of daily trading volume, USDT dwarfs XRP. USDT's average daily volume in May has outpaced XRP's by a factor of 25. Well, what do you think is going to keep happening as Tether continues to be adopted and more is printed? What do you think is going to happen? It's already substantially greater than, look, you're talking about in a 24-hour period almost $2 billion worth more. I would say that's rather substantial. I still don't think it's going to be framed the same. And here's how it was covered on Daily Hodl today with this piece again titled, Tether Poised to Surpass Bitcoin as Dominant Currency, says Masari researcher. Tether could soon replace Bitcoin as the dominant currency on public blockchains, says Ryan Watkins, a research analyst at the crypto analytics firm Masari. Watkins highlights the fact that the overall stablecoin monetary base significantly grew in the first half of 2020. In the first quarter, the stablecoin monetary base surged by $2.4 billion and another $3.8 billion in the second quarter to bring the base total of over $12 billion. Do you think it's going to stop? What do you think the third quarter is going to bring when it's all said and done? Now, the Masari researcher notes that Tether grew by $3.5 billion en route to becoming the first stablecoin to move above $10 billion, which it now has. The dominant stablecoin is also closing in on Bitcoin in terms of daily transaction volume. And this was, again, just earlier today, so I hadn't been tracking this like I said honestly earlier. Like I didn't know, but it absolutely has smashed through it at this point. Jeez. Now, Tether isn't the only stablecoin to see gains. Watkins says SUSD, which is synthetic US dollar, has the fastest relative growth in the pegged asset market. The so-called synth allows traders to place market bets on Synthetics, a derivatives trading platform built on the Ethereum blockchain. According to Watkins, SUSD benefited from the growth of decentralized finance and a low starting base. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really trust any of this. Like, I've never used Tether, but if I ever felt the need to, for any reason, I would keep my usage of Tether to as brief a time window as possible. I just absolutely do not trust it. Now, the research analyst also says that overall, stablecoins are on pace to transact $508 billion in 2020, which would more than double the total transaction volume in 2019, and there's a tweet on the screen indicating as much. And so Tether and other stablecoins have exploded in 2020, particularly in the wake of the economic woes caused by the pandemic. So it's going to be fun to watch this. Again, you know how it is, guys. As a member of the XRP community, which is most of you listening to this, you get the occasional Bitcoin maxi troll that lives under a bridge. But other than that, it's pretty much all of the XRP community. And you know how it is. If you are a proponent for XRP, if you hold it and you think that it has possibly a very vibrant future ahead, you're the enemy. It makes no damn sense, but the reason is you're basically threatening the worldview of these Bitcoin maxis that say down with banks, down with governments, and a lot of these people are the ones that got in place in the world of crypto, even in terms of who controls crypto media. And that's why with all of these major crypto media outlets here, that's why you see narratives like this. They're not true, they don't make sense, they're not remotely fair in many instances. Not every instance, but in many instances they're not. And you just don't see Bitcoin treated the same way. Where are all these negative Bitcoin articles? I mean, I guess in terms of price action, sure, you can see those. You go to bitcoinist.com and they have positive and negative articles about price. That's what most of their freaking website is. It's just a price analysis and predictions. And so you get some negative, you get some positive. But in terms of the actual viability and in terms of like long-term adoption, where are the hard-hitting questions in crypto media? I don't freaking see it. If anything, if you're going to be intellectually honest, treat all these cryptocurrencies evenly. But the reason it's really grinding my gears right now is that XRP is not being treated the same as other cryptocurrencies. And so here I am. I'm going to keep batting this crap away. I'm going to keep beating it down and calling it out for what it is here. But it's stupid, right? I mean, this is clear to see. Like, I'm sitting here pointing all this stuff out. Like, you listening to this, I'm sure you can clearly see this. And I guess for whoever the bulk of their audience is, maybe they assume that they're not going to look into it, or the bulk of their audience wouldn't care that they're passing on things that are not true. But me, I don't care what my beliefs are on anything in life. If somebody's feeding me a line of crap and it's not true, and I find out that they're either being deceptive or they're just incompetent, I'm not going to respond too favorably to either of those. And it's one or the other. Either they're being deceptive or they're incompetent. Which is it? My gear's so ground up right now, I better stop right there. By the way, I'm not actually mad. I just, I'm opinionated. I'm not actually mad about anything. I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. But I guess I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!